My name is Hitendra. I'm with Pransform, and today I have with me the New York Times best-selling author of What Motivates Me, Chester Elton. Hi, Chester.
Hi.
Hi, Chester. Thank you for taking time and agreeing to answer some of the questions that I have about the accounting profession.
Sure, my pleasure.
The first question for you, Chester, today is, what should accountants do to inspire talented staff at their firm?
Yeah, whether it's accounting or any industry, this is an issue, right? How do I engage and energize and enable my people? And I think a lot of it comes back to, we did a lot of research on how you create the right culture. And we talk about engage, enable, and energize. And a lot of it comes down to, with your staff in particular, are you sharing everything? Are you giving them the information they need? And that has a lot to do with trust. If I ask you a question, will you answer it honestly? But the key around, I think, engaging staff in particular is, are you partnering with your talent? In other words, do they have a pathway forward? And there's some engaging questions that I think that good leaders ask on a regular basis. One is when you do the review, have I kept my promises to you? So very good question, because that engenders trust. Give me your opinion. Secondly, what is it that we do that's really good around here? Give me your opinion. Third is, what have you seen that if we did could make us better? So you're asking for their ideas and their opinions. And then to your point about keeping good staff is there anything we've done that might have caused you to leave us? So when you have that kind of a conversation, it's much more on the employee. Tell me your ideas, give me your opinion. The fifth question I like is, where would you like to be in 3 to 5 years? That's the partnering question, right? And as a leader, I will help you achieve that goal if you give me a world-class performance. So there's a compact there. So I think starting with these, what I call aspirational conversations, right? Have we kept our promises? What are we good at? What could we do better? Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? I think those kinds of conversations are very major. Now, we talk about a high-performance culture is a place where I believe what I do matters and I make a difference. And when I make a difference, it's noticed and celebrated. So are you giving credit where credit is due? And are you celebrating good behavior? So often as leaders, we're quick to point out what people did wrong, slow to point out what they did right. I think those are some, and by the way, over and above the accounting industry, it works in every industry. Yeah.
Wonderful, Chester. I did meet one staff at a very large firm. He was from the IT back office side. And every year I meet him at some of the shows, and every year he tells me the same thing, that his bosses never ask him what he is doing.
Yeah.
Until some computer breaks down.
Right, unless it's something negative.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
My next question is then, in the accounting firms, what should staff do to deliver wow to their clients?
Yeah, this idea of wow. We always say it's wow. Wow, mom, wow. The idea with to the clients is, do you know what wow means to the client? So again, in our book All In, we talked about high performance. One of them is focus on the customer. We may think we're delivering to the customer exactly what they need, and we may be wrong. So have those conversations. Bring your clients in and say, what do you need? And what does wow look like? Clearly there'll be certain things, on-time delivery, coming in under budget, saving money. But unless you know what is wow to the client, how can you possibly deliver? So that idea of creating customer forums, having the conversation, and developing from there, I think is the key. How do I wow you if I don't know what wow looks like? Yeah.
Yesterday at the accounting show, I met one experienced CPA, and he was talking to me, and he said, you know what, Hitendra, I am behind in my work. And you just now said, are you delivering things on time? I think one of the greatest things in terms of demands is on-time delivery now. Turnaround time has become even above the cost and price and everything else.
Well, and it builds trust, right? Because I told you I was going to have it done.
Right.
And if I meet that deadline, now you can believe what I say.
Yeah.
You want to not wow a customer, break trust.
Integrity, as I define it, is doing what you said you will. At the time you said
That's right. No question.
And the third question for you, Chester, is how should accountants deliver the experience of appreciation to their clients?
Yeah.
How will a client feel appreciated?
Well, I have a saying that was given to me by a dear friend of mine, and it goes like this: that the client experience will never exceed the employee experience. So if you have created a positive experience with your coworkers, how can you expect them to show appreciation to the client? So I think it starts with how you appreciate your employees. And again, on the client side, I think you show appreciation in a lot of ways. Delivering on your promises. But you got to be careful with clients, because if you're too over the top, if you send them a Rolex watch, they may appreciate the watch, but they're going to think, well, I'm clearly paying too much. So I find the simple things are the best. Handwritten notes to me are huge. When the project is finished, a handwritten note. Thank you so much for the collaboration. Thank you so much for your business. Simple is better. Non-monetary is better. But again, I come back to, if you're not doing those things with your staff, you can't expect your staff to do it for your clients. So it's very much integrated, right? The culture I have here is going to extend to my client. But then when you go to the client, like I said, simple is better. Handwritten notes, verbal praise, not expensive, flowers, maybe a food basket or something that says, hey, we appreciate you, we appreciate your business, but not so far over the top that they go, oh my gosh, we must have completely overpaid for this because look at these expensive gifts they're spending. So it's a fine line. But I think those are two ideas that work very well.
I think what I get from all of this, Chester, is that the staff should tell you what motivates me, meaning the staff should tell the partners at the CPA firms, okay, this is what motivates me. The client should tell the CPA what motivates them, okay? And the CPA himself should think about what motivates me. Thank you, Chester.
You got it. No, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.